Well, Storm Eunice is already battering the UK with severe conditions set to continue throughout the days. You've just been hearing from your regional bulletin. Yeah, as a result, the National Highways has issued an urgent warning to motorists, highlighting some of the most high-risk roads across the nation. We're joined now by Senior Network Planner Frank Bird. Good morning to you, Frank. Thank you very much for joining us. We've had lots of messages from our viewers this morning saying they haven't got a choice. They've got to go out on the roads. Paul said, I'm going to be out in the Midlands today driving an HGV with curtain sides. Not looking forward to it. It's going to be very challenging indeed. What sort of support can you offer Paul and sort of help can you give anybody that's going to be hitting the roads? What roads should they be looking out for? What should they be trying to avoid?
Well, our key messages at the moment are check before you travel. You know, if that journey is absolutely necessary, then take it nice and easy. It's a really good one that you brought up there, Ben, about the curtain sider. Last time we had a daytime storm like this, in the West Midlands region alone, we had 8 lorries blown over. So we would ask that driver, when his lorry is empty, if he can pull the curtains back and secure them. Otherwise, literally, he's driving a parachute. So it will get buffeted quite badly by the winds. What we're saying as well, pay particular attention if you're travelling in a north-south direction, because the wind will be hitting the side of the vehicle. And the usual sorts of things, you know, if you're driving a lorry, if you're towing a caravan or a horse box, or even if you've got a car with one of those roof boxes and a motorcyclist, be really aware that you are going to get blown around. And that goes for cyclists as well. You know, the sudden gust of wind could push them a couple of meters further across the road. So we would say, you know, really question whether or not you need to be going out today. And on that point, Ben, at 6 o'clock this morning for the southeast and the southwest on the gantries across our network, we put essential travel only signs. So we would urge people to really consider if that journey is as important as they think it is.
And for some people that have to travel, you know, we know that there's community workers, we know that there's people that might be going for an urgent reasons to do with medical or health. Is there any way of them knowing whether it's best to get going now or wait and see? Or, you know, you're obviously monitoring it. Will you be able to update people? How can they get access to that information?
Yeah, there are websites available. The National Highways website, you can check on that if you're going on the motorways. For local roads, then obviously you'd need to check the travel for what's happening in your local area. The key thing I think really is be really sensible. You know, try and avoid routes. Minor routes, try and stick to the major roads. It might take you out of your way a little bit, but countryside routes especially are going to be quite challenging. And we would say, really, if you can, try and choose the time when you think it's going to be quiet. So getting out now and getting underway is probably a good time, but it very much depends in which part of the country you're at, because the wind will be at its strongest at different times of the day.
Frank, have you ever known anything like this?
The last time we've had a storm during the daytime was around about 8-9 years ago, and I was unfortunate enough to work on that one as well. It is really unusual. You know, the last few storms that we've had, we've managed to keep people in their homes because they've predominantly been overnight or at weekend. It's really unusual to get storms of this magnitude on a working day, and particularly it is going to sort of bridge both the morning and afternoon peaks for some people. So really difficult. I mean, we've been working very hard with our Met officers. We have a Met officer through the winter months permanently embedded in our National Control Centre over on the other side of Birmingham, and they perform the same sort of role that very much like your Alex performs, you know, keeping people updated with the weather forecast, and that's proven invaluable. And that was one of the lessons learnt from storms in the early 2000s. So we put a lot of investment in. For my sins, since Monday afternoon, Eunice has been a mistress that I'd rather not have had, but we've been doing a lot of planning for the last 4 days to get us hopefully safely into tomorrow. And we hope everybody travels safely through till tomorrow as well.
Of course, and it's Laura who's holding the fort with the information on Good Morning Britain as well this morning. And just very briefly, people are hearing the warnings from people like Laura and the others around the country, and the red warning, for instance, in the southeast being up to 3 p.m. Of course, what you're seeing on your cameras means it could go way past 3 p.m, couldn't it? Just quickly remind us of the damage and the clear-up that there needs to be after the storm hopefully is eased.
Well, a lot of our roadworks were cancelled last night because a lot of the guys and girls that work repairing our roads, some of the jobs are working at height, so we knocked all that on the head last night. So all those people are available today. It's very likely that we'll have quite a big programme of cancellations tonight again, so we can reuse that resource to try and get the network so it looks something presentable tomorrow morning. But certainly, although the severest weather warning is till 3 p.m, don't be lulled by that. We think this is going to stretch quite far into the evening, and probably Laura will be able to top up that information in a short while.
She will indeed. Thank you very much for joining us, Frank, this morning. That's Frank Bird there in the Midlands for us.